and welcome to another exciting episode of Erongo Talk, our community, your news. Now, my name is Leandrea Louw, and I will be your host for today. Now, today we find ourselves somewhere in Walvis Bay, and we are celebrating World Elephant Day, so keep that in mind. So, as usual, I'm going to bring you the latest news, the weather and tide, so please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. In our news for today, government to auction quota. Now, this has been making the headlines for the past week. Now, government announced its intention to auction its fish quota to the highest bidder. Now, the Ministry of Fisheries and Marine Resources, Dr. Albert Kawana, said to the fishing industry in a letter dated 27 July 2020 that government is in need of financial resources on an emergency basis with a view to mitigate the effects of COVID-19. Now, he said, we do not produce medicines in Namibia, nor do we manufacture medical equipment. Now, we are forced to compete for medicines and medical equipment in the international market. The only resource that can speedily give foreign currency is the fisheries. Now, this will allow us to stockpile medical equipment and medicine in the state of emergency, wrote the minister. Now, Kawana said that we need foreign currency, and the fastest way to do that is through the fisheries. We can't do mining because it takes a while to establish a mine. So basically what he further on said is that 40% of the hake and horse mackerel will be reserved for Namibian operating companies with a view to preserve employment. Now, in this regard, local companies will be permitted to compete for the 40% reserved for them. Now, the governmental objective quota, which they want to auction, is usually allocated to the National Fishing Corporation of Namibia, Fishco, which is currently the center of the fish rot scandal. Now, the minister already announced in June this year that he wants to auction, or that the idea is to auction off the governmental objective quota to finance projects such as aquaculture. But a month later, he said now it's for COVID-19. Now, Mati Amukwa, the chairman of the Confederation of Namibian Fishing Associations, is of the opinion that time is running out for the fishing industry in light of the decision to auction quotas to local and international bidders. Now, basically what he meant by that is in 6 weeks' time, it's going to be the end of the hake season. Now, the horse mackerel season is also expected to end by December, and then the monk season runs from May to April. Now, he said that it was mentioned to them about the auction of the quotas, but however, there was no action plan put forward. We are trying to Namibianize the industry, yet here we are selling our quotas to the highest bidder. We shouldn't make decisions which will later come back to haunt us, Matia Mukwa said. Now, Philip Munenguni, the vice president of the National Union of Namibian Workers, said they are not against the injection of foreign money into Namibia, but are worried about how this process and the funds generated by the move will be managed. Now, he said, the problem we have is that these quotas were created for certain politicians to receive kickbacks. Now, the way in which it was handled gave rise to one of the biggest corruption scandals in Namibia. Now, this decision creates doubt, and we no longer trust the leadership, not even the current Minister of Fisheries, Munenguni said. Now, you can read this story and more on our website at www.erongo.com.na. And then in some COVID-19 news, the Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Kalumbi Shangula, announced 128 new positive cases yesterday, saying that 1,112 results were received from NIP, Pathcare and the University of Namibia. Now, of these results, 128 people tested positive and the rest tested negative, and 79 hail from Windhoek, 35 from Walvis Bay, 10 from Swakopmund, and 1 each from Onanjokwe, Oshakati, Otapi, and Keetmanshoop. Now, that the minister reiterated that the rapidly increasing cases in Windhoek is worrying. Now, it is a concern that every day we have healthcare workers being infected. Amongst yesterday's cases from Windhoek, 3 are healthcare workers. We need to protect our frontliners as they have to care for others. Now, the minister said that the fact that more cases are not able not able to indicate having been in contact with a confirmed case is just worrisome. Now, he said this may be the tip of the iceberg. We may have more cases in the communities, or some individuals are withholding information. So whoever's watching now, to our viewers, please take care of yourselves. Please wear your mask. Please apply social distancing. And then another fun thing that's happening today is the first ever online career expo. Now, if you head over to the My Zone or the Careers Bistro pages, or even to the Careers VX website, which is www.careersvx.com, you can get into contact with so many speakers going to talk about a variety of careers. So if you're not sure where your career is heading, or if you just need some inspiration, please head on over to the My Zone Facebook pages. They started this morning at 8 already and will continue until 6 in this evening. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. Okay, with me here today is Anna-Mart Kruger, physiotherapist and owner of Anna-Mart Kruger Physiotherapy. Now, Anna-Mart, you just received the amazing news that you are going to be the physiotherapist for the national team going to the Olympics. Just please tell us about your feelings. Just tell us about the experience.
I think it's always fantastic. Thank you for the privilege. I'm super excited. I think to be chosen from the Physios in Namibia to represent our country on an international level and represent our practice is absolutely amazing, and we're looking forward to it, and I'm very excited about it.
Sure. So just tell us about, you've been to the Olympics before as the physiotherapist for the national team. Just tell us about that experience, and what equipment do you need to take with, and how does it work on that side?
It was an absolutely wonderful experience. I think if you're not there, you can't really explain it in words. To work on that level with other athletes, with our athletes, just the areas where you eat, they cater for every culture. There's nutritionists that's testing constantly to make sure that no one gets sick because of the food. The facilities where the athletes prepare for the events, and the areas in which they participate is of amazing standard. It is just unbelievable. The quality, the places where we stayed, as I remember correctly, I think there was 22 7-story buildings to accommodate 11,000 athletes.
Wow.
And it was astonishing. I mean, there was pools, there were exercise equipment, not even to talk about the medical facility. The medical facility, they had contrast baths, they had physiotherapy for the countries that didn't take their own physiotherapists, with all the machinery and electrotherapy and equipment that I took as well to use there for the athletes. There were doctors there, so should you have an injury or need surgery, there were specialists there that would help you immediately. Wow. They had a pharmacy. There was even a McDonald's. They also had courses for us that we can, which we could attend to increase our knowledge, which was also phenomenal. There were international speakers.
Yes.
So overall it was just. And then not even to talk about the opening and the closing ceremony. I mean, you get together 11,000 athletes in an arena, and then you all per country walk out into this arena. It's an unbelievable experience with the music and the people and the hospitality of the country of Rio at that point, which was just phenomenal.
Sure. Now, how do you prepare for something like this as a physiotherapist?
Equipment that I usually take, I think it differs from country to country and from physio preference.
Yes.
But I'm taking a combination machine which includes laser, ultrasound, interferential. Then I also take electrotherapy like our TENS unit for pain, acute and chronic pain. We also do dry needling. Then I also take compression boots for especially the athletes that run and cycle for their legs.
Yes.
I also take the necessary taping, the taping materials like Lico P, Lico S, kinesio tape, dynamic tape, to make sure that if there's an athlete that needs strapping for precaution, prevention, deactivation, activation, or just support of the joints, that I have it available. And of course, our hands.
Yes, very
our hands
important.
Is probably the most important thing,
Yes.
which we use for mobilization, for myofascial release, massages, linotherapy, fascia treatments. That's just to mention a few techniques that we do use.
Sure.
Yeah, very hands-on.
Yes.
With the additional equipment to contribute.
And then what is
And
this?
also like a portable plan, for instance.
Yes.
Of course, also what happens is you go with the athletes to the areas where they prepare, help them to warm up.
Yes.
And if there's anything needed beforehand to warm them up, via hands or mobilization, we use the portable print for that as well.
Cool. It sounds very cool to me though. And then Anna-Mart, what does this mean for you and your practice?
I think it's always a privilege, and
Yes.
I think our practice, we always strive to supply an optimal physiotherapy service, making use of evidence-based research, and also make use of the newest technology to actually be able to render a service on international standard levels, which I'm proud to say that we strive for and actually do.
Yes.
So I think, and this contributes to the practice's name.
Yes.
I'm always very fortunate. I can't do everything on my own. I've always had a wonderful team. At the moment, I also have a international standard cyclist, Martin Freyer, is part of my physio team. Vian du Plessis, Hernay Rautenbach, or they're married now, so it's Hernay du Plessis, and then also Crystal Marie. So I'm very privileged to really have the cream of the cream when it comes to physiotherapists. I know the previous time that I advertised, I've got about 90 applications.
Sure.
So I think our practice, the facility, the standard of our service, and also the equipment that I supply my therapists with.
Yes.
For instance, we use motion guidance, laser therapy for proprioception.
Yes.
We use, every therapist have their own equipment. We have the shockwave therapy, which is also, we were the practice that had the first shockwave therapy machine in the country. And I think we're also known for working in a multidisciplinary setup.
Yes.
So we enjoy we found that the best results for our patients is to actually work in teams. In other words, working together with a biokineticist, working together with a chiropractor, working with our general practitioners, working with a specialist, building that relationships to have better and more successful outcomes at the end of the day. And also the hydrotherapy, the pool that we use in the rehab areas. So yeah, I think that's mainly a little bit of background. I think why we are at this point a practice that people trust. They trust us with our health, and we are very, very grateful for that.
Go-to practice, I would say. Now, Anna-Mart, how long have you been a physiotherapist, and what do you enjoy the most about being a physiotherapist?
I got my qualification in 2004. I have had this practice and started this practice in 2006.
Yes.
First we built the first part of the centre and then expanded. I also had an animal physiotherapy clinic, which I'm qualified for, to do animal physio for about 3 years, and I started practice there. So I think my favourite thing or what makes physiotherapy meaningful for me is to make a difference.
Yes.
To help people to move, to function, and to be better, have a better quality of life.
Yes. Cool. And then how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected your practice?
I think as all practices and businesses, we are first-line practitioners, which mean that patients can come to us directly. They don't need a referral from a doctor.
Yes.
But we also get referrals from the doctors, of course, because we work together. So we stayed open because we felt that we had a responsibility towards the public to still render a service, taking the necessary precautions, of course. Also doing a proper, sending out a questionnaire and a screening so patients can be honest about their health.
Yes.
Although we had for 6 months, it was very challenging due to the numbers that really declined. But we are contributing with regards to, and I'm personally involved with some of the WhatsApp groups and committees of the Physiotherapy Association, the Cardiorespiratory Group, and also the hospital, where we share knowledge and actually contribute as physiotherapists towards the COVID situation at the moment.
Yes. Cool. And then I just want to say thank you, Anna-Mart, and we are so happy for you that you are going again to the Olympics. And then anything, last words from your side, Anna-Mart?
I think the message to the public is physiotherapy practices throughout the country are there to assist you.
Yes.
Come to us for evaluation or assessment. There's many things that we can't necessarily, what can I say? We can't fix everything.
Yes.
But there's a lot of things that we can make better.
Yes.
We focus a lot on not just in-house treatment, but also giving you advice on your lifestyle, your economics at the office, how to actually do home management for your pain, for your condition. We treat not just chest, sinus, lung, neurology. We treat any musculoskeletal problem, headaches, dizziness. There's so many things that we do.
Yes.
And if you're not sure, please visit our website at www.healthzone.fitness, and there's a lot of conditions and articles and knowledge available to you to equip yourself and to know what we treat and where we can assist you.
Cool. Thank you so much, Anna-Mart.
It's a pleasure.
And now for your weather and tides. Now we greet And now for your weather and tides. Now we greet you from a very misty Walvis Bay. Now it looks like the sun was going to come out, but nope. You know, it's Walvis Bay, it's 4 seasons a day. So for your tides, we had high tide at 5 minutes to 3 this morning, low tide at 10 minutes past 9, high tide again at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and then low tide will be at 20 minutes to 10 tonight. Now Walvis Bay sunrise was this morning at 29 minutes past 7, and sunset is expected at 6:45. Now this is basically more or less the sunrise and sunset times for all the towns in the rest of the region. Now a maximum temperature of 18 degrees Celsius is expected for today in Walvis Bay with a south-southwesterly wind. For tomorrow, a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 18 degrees Celsius. For Swakopmund, maximum for today is 17 degrees Celsius with a south-southwesterly wind, a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius for tomorrow, and a cold maximum of 16 degrees Celsius. For Antis Bay, maximum for today is 16 degrees Celsius with a southerly wind, minimum of 12 degrees Celsius for tomorrow with a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius. For Arandis, maximum is 22 degrees Celsius for today with a southwesterly wind, minimum is 14 degrees Celsius and a maximum is 27 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. Now for Usakos, a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius with a south-southeasterly wind, minimum of 13 degrees Celsius for tomorrow and a maximum of 33 degrees Celsius. Now for Karibab, maximum of 30 degrees Celsius and a minimum of 13 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. And then finally for Omaruru, maximum for today is 30 degrees Celsius with a southerly wind and a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. Now that's your weather and tides for today and tomorrow.
Follow us on Facebook and search for us on YouTube.
Follow us on Instagram, Twitter.
Contact us via WhatsApp. Our daily show starts with the Afrikaans program Soggens met Shaal, perfect for the Afrikaans lovers.
Then it's time for the women's magazine program, The Mid-Morning Breeze with Olivia.
And for the youngsters and game fanatics, join Cody on the 3 to 6 drive. West Coast FM, your host at the coast.
Unfortunately, that's it for today's episode of Erongo Talk. Please go check out our website at www.erongo.com.na, www.erongo.com.na for all the latest news happening here in the region. Send us a WhatsApp, get into contact with us for advertising opportunities, send us videos, send us news, just say hi to us at 0811 7040. 0811 7040. So please, there's another thing. Don't forget about our competition that's still ongoing, Erongo Talk in collaboration with Namport. So go find the competition post on our Facebook page. You answer a question and then you're in line to win a goodie bag sponsored by Namport. So that competition is going to take place for the next 4 weeks until all the goodie bags are done. So we'll be back again tomorrow, but this time it will be Adolf Kaure bringing you the news, the weather and the tides. Please remember to take care of yourselves. The only way we can get rid of COVID-19 is if we take care of ourselves. So wear your mask, sanitize your hands at all times and practice social distancing. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.